Welcome back, muchachos y muchachas, o como nos gusta decirle los thirsties, to another episode of Todos Toman. This is episode 32.
You did it.
Ya le iba a cagar, güey.
Ya no sabe ni dónde poner que era episodio 32 para que lo vieras.
Ay, güey. So yeah, otro episodio, muchachos. My co-host Tank. Estamos aquí con Romerito, con el Miguelation, con el Johnny Boy, and we have a super guest, muchachos. Like, tenemos a Alan Perez.
We got my last name.
No, güey.
I mean, do you mean to throw that up again? Like,
Sí, güey.
I was like, ahí está abajo.
It's on the screen.
Estaba, dude.
He did take it off.
Gracias, Johnny Boy.
I
Gracias.
got you, Tank. I told you. Bully free zone.
Sí, güey.
pues we do have a special guest, Alan. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We'll get into the topic and we'll talk our random BS. Pero pues let's start off with a round of drinks, no?
Sí,
Oh, yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on.
Dale,
You're
Roberto.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, ¿yo?
Sí, pues sí.
Va.
Con un porquito de limón.
Con un poquito de limón, dude. Pues aquí haciendo un merjuje y medio, güey. Tengo tequila, le puse poquito limón,
Yeah.
le puse tajín y pues I put a little bit of the bubbly, the mango one.
Okay.
Y pues it's actually pretty good, dude. Like si ¿cómo se llama la pinche soda? ¿Sivia?
Mm-hmm.
Si hicieran una soda de mango, güey, hubiera quedado mucho mejor, güey. Because it needs a little bit of like a sweetener, pero pues it's not bad, dude.
Dude, and I kind of want to say que sí tiene, ¿no, Romero? I don't know if you've seen one. I feel
No,
like
they have a mango ginger, but it's like an energy drink.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Pues ginger doesn't go bad with the tequila, limon. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure you
for
can
real,
pull it off.
Pues might have to try it, dude, I guess.
Jackie doesn't know.
Y sí, güey.
Pero pues I mean, did you make up this drink or?
Yeah,
No
so like, pues me imaginé, I was like, pues algo similar a una mangonada, like con tequila, y pues I had the mango, ¿cómo se llama? Seltzer water. Y pues I was like, pues chingue su madre, ¿no? Like, ya sea, there's gonna be a good time o un chorrillo, güey, pero pues, no.
It looks decent. It looks good.
That shit looks
Put
ready.
that in the keto friendly.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Y,
for sure.
y sí,
Ya tienes, Miguel, eh? You got extra content right there.
I might pass on that one, dude. I'll stick to the one with chamoy, dude.
Damn.
No te la tomes, güey. Nomás hazla para el video, cabrón. We want the recipe.
Ya se la tanque, güey.
y sí,
Alan, what you got? What you drinking on?
I broke into Rome's house and stole an IPA.
No,
dude.
Oh,
yeah.
an IPA, dude.
No seas mamón.
Broken Skull IPA, dude. That's
¿Cómo
not
te lo
bad.
enseña, no?
y
Sí.
sí,
Te lo
güey.
pone así, ¿no? Casi. Para que veas, güey. Oh,
Sí,
business, dijo.
Si escuchas, dijo, ¿ya tomaste, pobre? Like,
Lo que no toma muy seguido, dude.
¿Dónde la conseguiste, güey, esa?
Dude, surprisingly, they had it at Vinny's at right here in Chicago, dude.
Mhm.
What?
oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Which
I-
business?
the one in Riverside. So,
Oh,
It's
okay.
not Chicago, dude. Pero...
well, near Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I had looked for it online because I was gonna order it because I guess it's based out of California, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because they were charging an arm and a leg to get it sent over here, and
Y que decía, el año nomás tiene las nalgas para dar, pero...
Dije yo, Robbie y yo chingándonos la madre para buscarla allá en Texas y aquí la tienen.
That's fucking nuts. I still can't believe they didn't have it out there.
Yeah.
dude.
That's fucking retarded.
That was segunda, dude. I'm still drinking the American Lagers, the Broken Skulls.
Ándale.
Mira, no tan pobre, ¿eh? No tan
sí.
pobre.
Ay, mira,
Sí.
para que vean.
Maldita pobreza, ¿no?
Oh shit.
Miguel, what you got?
Pues I'm drinking this week's drink. So it is Arizona de watermelon con el Smirnoff de tamarindo.
Oh shit, dude! Is it that TikTok one?
Yes, it is.
How is it?
Nice.
I have not tried it. I'm waiting to try it con ustedes.
So
ahorita.
cheers.
Yeah, dude.
Pues ir a Romero, just to kick it off, and we could cheers all together. I'm being a little basic bitch with the modelo. I didn't even really want to show it, pero pues ya ni modo, muchachos. Everybody,
Yes, bitch, no.
Dude, everybody stepped up their game and their drinks today, y nada más con una modelito, pero pues salud, muchachos, ¿no?
Salud.
Hello.
Échate el clink clink tanque.
Clink, 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 clink.
Nada más de clink, 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 ¿no?
Ya se me acabó ese el close rápido, ¿no?
Espérense, this is the moment that we're all been waiting for.
Listo.
Miguel, look, I wanted to try that strawberry one that you brought up a couple weeks ago.
Oh, la paloma de fresa?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looked
dude.
good, dude.
Dude, this one's really good, dude. I
Yeah.
highly recommend this one, yeah, dude.
Out of 10, what do you give it?
Para un día caliente, dude, a 10, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
¿No estás caliente ahorita, dude?
Y ahorita no estás caliente, me gana.
I mean, like, if you're outside, you're outside, it's a hot
yeah.
summer day. Pues ahorita, like, 9.5, 10 también, pero pues, ya ves que hay unas que you're like, damn, si estuviera ahorita en la playa calentito, dude, this would be like perfect. But it's good. It's really good, dude. I'm
Damn.
surprised how good it is.
You
Thank
said
you,
it was
Jonathan
watermelon?
and Tank for the recommendation.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so it's Arizona de watermelon,
Mhm.
con tajín, limón y Smirnoff de tamarindo. Como siempre, pues we'll put up the video como hacerlo.
Como siempre, ¿eh? Como
Perro, güey.
Para que veas, dude.
Perro,
2 weeks in a row y ya,
güey.
como
Sí,
siempre.
Ya siente como un año, ¿no?
Como Romero no ve porque ya van 3, dude. Pero pues
Damn.
está bien, dude. Está bien, dude.
That is actually kind of true, Romero.
Bueno, 3, güey. Es
Yeah,
como
que-
decir, Tanque no sabe ni qué episodio era este, dude. So...
Sí, güey.
You forgot my name, dude.
Déjate de eso. Se olvidó
forgot
el
my
apellido
name.
de Alan, ¿no?
Hey, wait. The big mistake I made is start drinking tequila, way. Because, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you feel it? Okay.
I said the biggest mistake I made was drink tequila con mis 2 Tylenols y
Sí, güey. Una aspirina, ¿no? Like,
Sí, güey. Mixing substance. Ay, güey.
Vamos,
muchachos.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, like any things that you kind of want to talk about before we jump into our main topic. Does anybody have any, I mean, just real quick, regarding the Tamarindo Smirnoff, like I've been seeing that shit pop up everywhere. Pues ahora sí que, like Miguel, when you started doing the drinks, I saw that one. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's been plenty of recipes out there, pero no, I still yet have to try it. So I might scoop that up this weekend. Ya sea para next episode or whatnot, pero for sure, like I definitely want to try it. I'm intrigued by that.
Oh boy, you definitely should, dude.
Pues muchos 2 things that I want to talk about. First off, I know I kind of brought it up in the chat last week, pero Compas and Filter, dude, they kind of give us a little shout out. Definitely,
Yep.
Definitely appreciate that. Glad they're listening. We're keeping faithful listeners, obviously, week to week, and trying to be as consistent as possible. So definitely thank you for that shout out. And then second theme, muchachos, fucking America lost, dude.
Tin, tin,
Un
tin.
aplauso, un aplauso.
and it wasn't
Un
even
aplauso
like,
para Pachuca, ¿no?
Let the haterade spill over, right?
Hateration.
Pero,
sí, güey.
Muchachos,
como
our
like, back in the
guest
day,
también
like,
le va al Chivas, dude. You can't offend un guest, dude.
como decía, no, haters make me
Por favor,
famous.
dude.
Sí, güey.
¿Quién quedó en la final? Atlas contra
Pachuca.
Pachuca.
Pachuca. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I know that there was a video going around with Atlas people going a little crazy, no, or something.
Yeah.
What this was it?
There was a lady that was like, I can't remember who shared it, but she was like
a
going
fin de
crazy.
cuentas de Jalisco, ¿no?
Ah, tu compa es de allá, dude.
Es
Tu
como
compadre es de
decir
allá.
el Cruz Azul, dude. Pues ya ves que sí, que el Cruz Azul queda campeón. Es del F también, pero pues it's not the same.
I
Pues
guess.
apenas están descubriendo que es la victoria y ellos, espérate.
Sí, dude, pero al fin del día, dude, honestly, it's going to be a good final. So,
Yeah, dude.
good
¿Quién se lo
final
lleva?
with Atlas.
Atlas,
Honestly,
no? With the two
Atlas. Yeah, I think Atlas, dude.
¿Sí?
Yeah, they got a good ass team. Honestly, even if America would have passed on, I still would have thought like Atlas had like the upper hand for that final.
Yeah, they're playing pretty good though.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I don't know if you guys watched the game or not, but Pachuca had some pretty young players from La Cantera, and
Yeah,
they
dude.
were going all out, dude. Like they were. I mean, you look at them, you're like, damn, they're so young. You see, like 19, 20, 21, y todos de la cantera del Pachuca.
Pues
Ahí,
también ahorita well, no de Pachuca, pero del Atlas, you guys are saying que vienen jugando bien. Honestly,
Yeah.
yo no he seguido nada de eso, pero el player que pues llegó al Fire viene de allá, del Atlas, ¿no?
Oh,
Yeah.
Soman.
Sí.
Did he already play? He debuted.
I think he already
or?
debuted, right?
Oh shit! I don't know.
No sé.
I mean,
la
at
neta.
least I know he's been out here for like empezar a entrenar and he's done signings and appearances, pero I mean, I haven't gone back since the opener, the home opener, so
Mhm.
y pues I'm not gonna lie, no voy a andar viendo a Chicago Fire on TV, dude. Well,
Dude,
para
pero-
empezar no tengo cable, pero
I was about to say, do they even televise their games?
yeah, I mean, I've gone to my parents a few times over the weekends and y luego de repente my dad has a game on.
Mm. Dude, pero pues el que también quedó campeón después de 11 años es el Milan, dude. El
Oh, shit.
AC
Sure.
Milan. Ya ves que
Ujú.
Zlatan quedó campeón y so everybody
Ujú.
was kind of worried si se iba a retirar porque él había prometido que he wouldn't retire until he made hasta que queda campeón con el Milan. So
Yeah.
everybody were worried, pero él dice que no, que todavía tiene para más. I was like, no mames, dude.
Yeah.
He
After
puts-
that big ass contract, I bet he was like, yeah, I got more.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't even think he's worried about the money at this point, to be honest.
No,
I mean, it's
dude.
just he likes what he does, and obviously he's gonna play into whenever I guess he can.
Wait, pero I mean, obviously ya hizo su stance here in the MLS,
Mhm.
pero next year que se viene es el Messi, ¿no?
Oh,
Es lo que
damn.
dicen que el amor
Rotation,
se viene en
¿Al
2023.
Galaxy o dónde?
No, al Miami.
Milan.
Inter,
Inter Miami.
Ah, yeah.
al Milan de Miami, ¿no?
Se viene a Green Bay, California.
Haters make me famous, no?
But yeah,
Yeah,
like, I think he bought like 20 something or 30 something % of the team.
I don't honestly, when it comes to that, I don't think he bought it, dude. They literally told him like
Es
you're-
parte del contrato,
it's
yeah.
parte del contrato, so it's
Yeah.
parte like of the negotiation. So that's crazy for him to even get like a stake in the team. Like he's
Man,
already gonna be
it's
part
a
owner.
good chunk. It's like 30-some%.
Mhm.
Pues, I mean, pues sí, el contrato que le dieron a Mbappé también, ¿no? Del PSG.
Fuck,
Oh,
dude.
también, dude, ese.
That's just crazy.
That's a crazy ass contract, dude. Aparte de todos los fucking millions of euros por año y the bonus, pero también he gets the final say in everything in the PSG, no? Like in the
Who
lineup.
gets hired and stuff.
Yeah, who gets hired, the coaching.
Yeah, dude.
He's
That's
like the
crazy.
LeBron.
I
of
mean,
his
you don't
team.
think that backfires a little bit?
I think so, dude. I think so.
I
With
think
the
yeah.
coach, I'm sure that there's backfire because the coach probably he's like, this guy's got the final say and shit.
Dude,
Oh,
he could even pick his coach también, güey. He gets
Yeah.
to have a say in who gets to coach PSG.
You see what happened with WCW when Hulk Hogan had creative rights, dude.
No mames.
No
Pero
mames.
también
He's
it's
got a
like,
point.
what coach would want to fucking go into that situation? Porque
Mhm.
they're getting rid of the coach que tienen, ¿no? Like,
Sí.
I think they're gonna get a new one.
Yeah.
And estaban hablando con Zidane, pero it's like, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna
Yeah, no, dude.
fucking fall for that shit. Like,
Le da un cabezazo y lo aplaca el cabrón.
O sea, Mbappé, if you're listening, dude, Tank is ready, dude. Ya hizo campeón al equipo de José, dude. Like, he's ready, dude.
Let me see, dude.
¿Salieron campeones, dude?
pues el de José no, güey, pero el de Angel, dude.
Oh, el Angel, el equipo de Angel.
En el repechaje, ¿no?
No. Campeones, dude. Like,
Fíjate, Alan, you were playing there, ¿no?
I didn't get to play, but I heard
No
Tank
metí a
was-
Tank, dude.
No lo metí a Tank, ¿no? Nomás estaba ahí en la banca asegurando que todos estuvieran bien, ¿no? Literally.
Dude, pero yeah, to kind of finish the topic, how do you guys feel about Mbappe staying at PSG? Besides all that big ass contract and all that, just a little quick intake on my end. I'm not a Madrid fan, but I think that was the right move from him to make. Just because I feel like the French league is so
It's a farmers.
it's
farmers
easy.
como
It's an
dicen.
easy
Yeah.
league, dude. Yeah, there's really nothing there besides what PSG, Leon, and Marsella. That's the only three teams that I could actually think of that would actually fight for the title.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like if he was to go to Spain, it's a little bit more. Yes, I guess Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico, they're more like always on top. But they also, I feel like the low teams or mid teams like Sevilla, like all them teams, like I feel like they definitely step it up when they play
Oh hell
against
yeah, dude.
big
Hell yeah.
teams like Real Madrid. So I don't know how you guys feel about him staying. Was it the right call? I mean, I know money wise and all the incentives are fucking fire, pero what do
I
you guys
don't
feel
know,
about
dude. Yo opino como lo de Benzema, no? Ya ves que he put the Instagram post de Tupac saying that he betrayed him, dude.
that? No mames.
Yeah, dude, he did. Look it
said
up
that?
on. Yeah, he says he feels like he betrayed him porque ya pues estaban hablando, bro. They're both from the French national team, so I guess se llevan bien. Y
Mhm.
pues al último va que le hiciera eso.
Yeah.
Pero like,
Well, I think competition wise, like yeah, like he just, I feel like he went the easy route. Pero pues, like I guess it's, ahora sí que in Champions se va a ver, you know, it's like I doubt que they're gonna win a title. Si no pudieron, ahora que tuvieron like a Neymar, a él, a Messi, I find it hard, dude.
Yeah.
no ganar la Champions, dude.
That's just a fucking disgrace then.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're
honestly.
not gonna win it because
Mhm.
isn't he getting rid of Neymar too?
No, I think the
I don't
Maria is
know.
gonna be out. Neymar I think stay till next. I think it's next year. También.
Mm.
So him and Messi I think leave at the same time.
I don't know. I mean, ultimately, like look at it with different lenses, right? Like from like a soccer player, is like you want to grow, you want to do these things, like kind of like Benzema, like he wasn't loyal to a team, but everywhere he went, he made sure he made a staple. He got a title out of that. But ultimately, like you can also look at it from the sense of like that's his career, it's his business in a way. Like
Yeah, like after.
No, not even after. Like right now, like a él le conviene. O sea, el contrato ya está. Yeah, he's walking away with his money. He's like, he's set, right? Like, so a él ya nomás I mean, yo sé que como equipo le tienen que exigir que mantenga un tipo de ritmo para jugar. Pero at the end of the day también, that's why hace rato les dije, like, do you think that's going to backfire? Porque, like Tank mentioned, like, what coach is going to want to go into that situation knowing that he doesn't have full control of the team? Like, you're going to have a player like Mbappe, whatever attitude he takes on as a player with that much decision could impact the overall dynamic as a team.
Yeah.
So, le puede perjudicar, pero a la misma vez is like, look, he did what benefited him at the end of the day.
That's true.
You have the dynamic like LeBron with the Lakers, no? Straight up, it sounds like
literally, dude.
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like
the cost, and Mbappe makes the cost.
Sounds like LeBron with any team, dude.
That's just true, though. That's just true.
Oh,
Well,
man.
we'll see how it goes, muchachos. Well, let's keep it rolling, no?
Bye.
But so the title of this episode is Asegurame Esta con Alan Perez. And the reason for that being es porque, I mean, if you haven't noticed, for those who are not watching on YouTube, Alan is probably representing State Farm.
Probably.
I'm looking over here for the little graphic.
Extendió contrato for 2 more years, ¿no?
Sí.
Acaba de renovar contrato. He has 30% say of what goes on in his office.
Sí.
As far as I know, they have a gym in the office now, and that was because Alan's 30%. He cashed it in right then and there.
Part of the negotiations, dude. No, guys, thank you so much for having me on. When Rome invited me, I was like, oh man, I gotta make sure to take advantage of the opportunity. So definitely thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. And pues ahora sí que, like, it's time to clear up some questions, dude. I mean, I know you've talked about it. We've talked about it in the past and stuff, like insurance. And honestly, so aquí en la casa, like, Carla takes care of all that shit, right? Like ella se encarga de eso, like to the point that a veces sí, like I think I told you, Alan, like when she like got the home insurance and the car insurance, for some random ass reason, she has her like 2007 laptop in there. Pero mis máscaras bien desprotegidas, ¿no?
Ahorita, Romero, ¿qué podemos hacer sobre eso, no?
¿Cómo cambiamos la
recomiendas?
policy, no? No, pero like, yeah, like what goes on into, insurance? Like, first of all, how did you end up there? Porque you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, dude. So I've been in the insurance industry since I was about 22 years old. And dude, I started from the bottom up. I was filing paperwork for a smaller company, and I eventually got licensed because you have to get licensed by the state. So you have to have basically a license to be able to produce for each line of insurance, which you got property, casualty, life, health. So property is basically what it is. Homeowners, commercial, any kind of like fire policy, casualties involving the auto policy. So I for the most part I did auto coming up. So I actually worked in claims prior to working with State Farm, which I was I think it actually helped out a lot because I already came back to the agency portion of the business with a lot more knowledge than when I started. So I've done claims for like smaller companies, and I've worked with companies now like State Farm, and you can see the difference with the way that everything is treated with the customers and the way they go about doing their business. And it's nice to be able to work with a company that I know will take care of like a claim if there's a situation that's tough, because obviously nobody wants to have an accident or deal with a fire claim or theft or anything like that.
Right.
But I think as an agent or as a producer, the last thing you want to have like in the back of your mind is like, crap, like I hope my insurance can take care of this customer, because obviously you can be as nice to the customer as you want, but at the end of the day, it's can the company walk the walk, So
Right.
with State Farm, definitely, you do get that. So it sounds cheesy as hell, but like that whole like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That shit's real, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, if you guys have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Nice. I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So out here, I know you mentioned that out there you get a license for pretty much every, I guess like alleyway that belongs to insurance. So I'm assuming you get your license for life to sell life insurance, and then what, personal or auto, as
Yep.
you said, and then what about commercial? Do you need a license for that as well?
So that would likely be under the property. So that's like that's considered a fire under your fire licensing. So anything that has to do with insuring your business or insuring the liability side to any kind of like somebody that does drywall repair, they have to have general liability to make sure that any of their work that's done doesn't cause any accidents, or if there's an accident, that they have coverage for that in place. And if anybody gets hurt, then there's workers' comp, which protects your employees, right? So that would be under the property and casualty side of your licensing, which is kind of like the main two. That's kind of like our bread and butter.
The fire and which one?
The fire and casualty.
Oh, gotcha.
Fire and casualties.
And at what point do I need to call El Torero de la Ley, dude?
No, man.
Never with State Farm, no?
Eagle Man, or who is that?
Oh, dude, Eagle Man, dude.
Dude,
that's an old ass commercial.
Rates, no?
Sí. Yo me acuerdo que hasta like, era el pinche comercial en español en Univision back in the day, dude.
Yo tengo algo para ti.
Yeah.
I remember
Well,
that shit.
like, I got a question for you, Alan. So you guys do life insurance también, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
All right. So, would you say that? I know this is kind of a dumb question, but would you say that life insurance is really worth it? And when is it? Is it too late, or when is it too late to start, or when is the best time for you to start working with your life insurance or to get a life insurance policy?
Yeah. So everyone that I talked to about life insurance is that one of the first things that I mentioned to them is that I wish I would have known about it sooner, because by the time that we start learning about it, like in our 30s, it's already, it could potentially be a little bit later.
Right.
So depends on what kind of product you're looking to get, right? So one of the things that I always mention is, if you have you own a property and you still have a mortgage on that property. So let's say you just bought your first house and you put your down payment. That's nice. You basically covered that initial payment towards that policy, towards that property. But what happens, if you bought that house with your wife, if you both are, working, and in order to pay that mortgage, you're depending on both people's income to make
Right.
sure that mortgage is paid. You want to make sure that if something happens to one of you guys, that mortgage is going to be covered, or a good chunk of it. So it's always good to look like a 30-year term policy in case of a situation like that, on both of and each other. So if you're like in your early 20s or into your 30s, those policies are really reasonably priced, because it's not very likely that you're gonna anything's gonna happen to you, and by the time that you're like 55, 60, which is the anticipated time that you're gonna pay off the house, right? If you're looking to do that. So those policies, for even a policy that's going for about $250,000 in coverage, you're looking at paying maybe anywhere from like $20 to like maybe $45 if you're healthy. If you're a non-smoker, that works out like Tanky Boy over here every day. You
Ese tanque con mis $12 al mes.
Sí, güey. Son 10 al mes, dude. Pro Planet, ¿no? Like,
there you
Sí,
go,
güey.
dude. But then we have like whole life policies. So whole life policies, that's meant to cover you for the rest of your life, and those are pretty cool, because those actually, as opposed to the term policies, they don't have a termination date. They'll cover you for the rest of your life, and they gain interest. So even if you have like a small whole life policy that's only going to cover you $50,000, in case of a death, and the nice thing with those is that as time goes by, they have that interest. So it's actually a pretty good idea to have that in place, as opposed to just putting your money into like a savings account. Because right now, savings account's getting you what, like 0.001% interest,
yeah.
So with those whole life policies, even if it's only $50 that you're putting into one of those, 20, 30 years from now, you can withdraw from those policies. You can either cash surrender them, or from the dividends, the interest that you've been accumulating over the last 20 years, you can pull that out, and you can go get a brand new BMW like my boy Romero over here.
Como no nos ha dicho nada, ¿no?
Y sí,
Surprise, ¿no?
Sí,
Spill the beans.
Y'all know I wanted that minivan from day one.
So puedes sacar dinero at any time, or it has to be at a certain time que puedes sacar?
So
After how long?
Yeah, like hey, you take out a loan on the insurance?
You can take out a loan on it. So the nice thing is that they call it a loan, but it's really, you're taking out money and dividends that's already accumulated. You don't have to pay that loan back, but basically the dividends that if you put your whole life policy, so it's set up to accumulation, within 25, 30 years from now, that policy that was at 50,000, now the benefit has grown to about $55,000, $60,000, depending on how the interest has fluctuated. So you can withdraw that money, like the way I have mine set up, I have it so that it's premium reducing. So instead of, taking that money and, having available for me to pull from it, I have it so that it actually pays itself off. So like 20 years from now, that life insurance, the insurance policy is going to be paid off. Maybe I'm not going to be able to take money out of it, but I know that, I'll be 70, 80 years old, and there's $50,000 there that, can be used for paying funeral expenses, or, have a little bit of money left over, but that's really the intention of those policies. You're not gonna like become rich off of those, right? But it's definitely gonna cover those expenses. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. because the way you were making it sound, I was like, ¿y si saco todo el dinero del banco y meto todo en la aseguranza? No.
No,
Dude,
interest,
so
no?
some people do that. Some people do that. But for like a situation like where you have like a big chunk of money, there's something called annuities. So that's like a little more complicated, but basically it's like a little bit of retirement plan. But you can like basically pay into an account so that when you're at age of retirement, State Farm's basically sending you your monthly check. So those are pretty cool, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
So that's like a 401k besides
Yeah.
the 401k, dude.
Mm-hmm.
basically,
That is
yeah.
nice, dude.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things, and a lot of people have this assumption, including myself. I assumed that they were going to be very expensive, and they're actually not. They're I mean, obviously depending on your age, but I've insured people from all the way from like Ellie that's like 3 years old, 4 years old, all the way to 70, and people in their 70s. So depending on where you are in life, you can have some kind of coverage.
Yeah. Now, I have a question. Do you two questions. One being, do you need a medical exam for you guys to accept new customers?
So basically, yes. There are certain type of policies that are like they're called instant answer policies, and they have more like restrictions. Like the instant answers with us, they will cover you through the age of 50. And basically we become your underwriter. So we ask you like it's a series about like maybe 10-15 questions, and as long as you check off on all of those, then they'll cover you right away, and you don't need like a medical exam or anything like that. With the longer term policies or like the whole life policies, they tend to ask more questions, and depending on the way they're answered, they can potentially ask you to do like a blood draw, and it's basically just to check your your vitals,
Right.
cholesterol levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty understanding. Most people do qualify for some kind of coverage. It just it might vary on the rating that you get. But yeah, it's for the most part it's gonna be some kind of a medical exam.
Por ejemplo, ahorita, como dijiste, like you've insured people, as young as a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, all the way to 7 years old. If you're thinking of a kid, like, and they're on some life insurance policy, like they don't have to, like at the age of, I don't know, 15, get a medical test of some sort, or like
No,
just,
yeah. So generally for the younger people, anyone that's like under the age of 18, yeah, they generally won't ask as many questions. You still do have to ask like if they've been diagnosed with any kind of disease or undergone any surgery.
Right.
But thankfully the people that I've written a life policy for, their kids have been healthy, so it hasn't been anything too much of a complicated process. But yeah, you generally like people into their 20s and 30s is where they start asking for blood draws.
And I think when it comes to like life insurance, do you guys have life insurance from Middle, Miguel, and Tank? I know maybe Tank. I mean, Miguel probably does through work.
Como ya nos va a salir ahorita nos va a pasar la digital form, Alan, ¿no?
I ain't gonna lie to you, no boy, I don't.
He actually has it ready, dude. So send it up.
Yeah, dude, I sent you the links before the freaking group chat started.
No, dude, those links are to schedule a meeting, no?
Dude, so I feel like amongst Hispanics, right? I don't want to specifically say Mexicans, but Hispanics, I think it's a matter of just not being educated enough to know that you're going to need, or that we all, I want to say we all need some sort of life insurance, because it's sad to see that, somebody passes away, right? Today, it can happen to any of us anytime. But then you see people, you see kids, you see, older folks in the corner offering services as like a car wash, or there's a taco stand, and whatever donation you could have, or just asking for money, like that's it's a sad situation. But I just feel like we're not educated enough to know that yes, we're gonna invest. I don't want to say spend. We're gonna invest, say, $50 a month on life insurance, but eventually, 10 years from now, I pass away or whatever. I'll be able to leave not like Alan said, not only funeral costs, but eventually a little bit more for bills or for whatever income that I was bringing in. Where unfortunately I'm not able to do it anymore. So my second question to you, Alan, was, does State Farm offer life insurance for people without a Social Security?
Yes. So, and I think that, yeah, in short, yes. And, you said the keyword, like keywords being educated. I think that a lot of our customers, especially like the office that I work out of is in the Belmont-Cragen area. And, it's a lot of Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, de todo, Guatemaltecos. Mm-hmm. And I do see that sometimes it's a hard topic to discuss because nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to, discuss that. It's an awkward conversation, but at the end of the day, it's not an expense. It's almost like an investment, like you said,
right?
Because death for sure, everyone's gonna have to experience that at some point. Mm-hmm. And you already spend probably $20-$30 on goofy stuff that you don't need on a weekly.
No mires allá arriba, no mires allá, no.
Don't look at Romero's background, míralo. Todas sus botellas,
Romero's like, las máscaras son necessities, no?
That's a life insurance policy right there now. Carla can sell them on.
Wait, o como una vez dijo el Alan, güey, una vez he did a post something along the lines of ahí tienen para los boletos del Bad Bunny, pero no para un life insurance quote or life insurance policy. Algo así. I was like, damn, that shit hit home, dude. I was like, fuck, he's right.
Watch this. Hey, Tank, did you go see Bad Bunny?
No,
how many times?
To be fair, we got the tickets cheap, dude, because it was at the Allstate.
But cheaper than a life insurance, boy?
But cheaper than
two months worth of life insurance.
No?
We don't talk
a lifetime, no?
We don't talk about Allstate here, Tank. We don't talk about Allstate here.
Drop that shit right now, Tank.
We're gonna have to edit the video, no y todo. Rip it out and shit.
Yeah, no, dude, but the cool thing with State Farm is that we do insure people with I-10s. I've had people that only been here, a year or less in the States, and it's nice, dude. And they actually set up their beneficiaries as people back home or like a sibling that that they can count on. I can't disclose the name, but there was a guy that I just insured that just in conversation, it turns out that he used to work for Carlos at Gali, dude. It's super random. And he told me, he's like I worked for him, and he couldn't do wrestling anymore because of his age, so he ended up cutting it off a few years back. But he wishes that he would have gotten it a little bit sooner because now his premium's a little bit higher, Mm-hmm. But stuff like that, it's really cool. You run into all types of people and all types of different situations. And for sure, the one thing is that everyone kind of needs something, because unless you have 100, 250K in the bank that's just sitting there in case of an emergency, you kind of betting against yourself, that
por eso Tanque no tiene life insurance.
Okay, boy.
He hasn't saved up, dude.
All I need is 200 more K, no?
Dude, and that's good to know, dude. For anybody out there, obviously, that listens, and again, it's just a matter of educating yourself a little bit, asking questions or whatever it might be. But even people without Social Security, so in this case, your I-10, you're able to still get insured, and I mean, I don't know what the price ranges from. I'm assuming maybe as low as maybe 50 and up, depending on conditions, but it should be affordable, no? I mean,
oh yeah, dude, definitely. I-10s, it's not something that it's taken into consideration for the price. Really, what they base your premium on is your height, weight, your lifestyle.
Ya valió madre. Por eso no tengo aseguranza, güey.
Gracias, muchachos, por venir, ¿no? Hasta aquí llegó, ¿no?
That's all the questions I had.
Cobran por libras, ¿no?
No,
carnitas, no.
I can tell you guys.
Mientras no te lo vean como gasolina, dude.
No, dude, but yeah, they're pretty fair with the. I mean, I've compared their premiums to other big companies like Northwestern Mutual or there's what's the other one? New York Life. Reputable companies, and State Farm's pretty fair when it comes to that stuff. There's a bunch of different products like that I didn't know about, like just from if you wanted to start off, like I said, just covering yourself for like a term of like 20-30 years, all the way to doing like a whole life policy that's just gonna last you forever, or even like a return of premium that whatever you pay in 20 years from now, you're like nothing happens to you. A lot of people say, well, what if I've been paying all this money, and like what happens to that money if nothing happens to me? Well, you could do a return of premium, and 20 years from now you get all that money back. So
damn, nice.
Yeah,
Right, that was a question I had, because I had recently had a conversation with Carla about that. Like, I can't remember what the exact situation was, but somebody that she knew or whatever, like something had happened. Like basically nothing happened to that person. They had that life insurance and it was supposed to last for 30 years. And at the end of that, like they did something that then all of a sudden stopped them from being able to kind of get that money back.
Oh, that sounds shady, dude. Did they get it from the Eagle Insurance or what?
Yeah, the Magnum, no.
So maybe not, right? Like I said, I don't recall the situation exactly how it went down. But is that a possibility that at some point, like for whatever reason, you can't, even if you outlive those 30 years, that you can't get that money back?
Well, if you get,
you know what it is? I'm
What
sorry,
was that?
ya me acordé que they defaulted on like 3 or 4 payments at some point, or stopped paying now completely, like faltándoles como 2 or 3 years.
And like if it's a term policy where you're just paying for that coverage for those 20 or 30 years, you're gonna have that set in place. If it's just like I said, like a very simple term policy, you're not gonna get any of that premium back. But if you do like a return of premium or a whole life policy, you do tap into like that ability to get that money back.
Yeah.
But even with the return of premium, so the cool thing with the return of premium is that, like, let's say like a situation like yours, where 10-15 years from now,
¿Cómo te exhibe, no? ¿Cómo te exhibe,
I was asking for a friend.
Boy.
O sea, you're the shady one, no?
You see that, dude?
Stop paying just like the IRS. No?
That's the sales, dude. A ver, empieza con tu edad. ¿Cuánto pesa Romero? No.
Como Romero's the one providing the fucking life insurance, ¿no?
No, mames.
Lo van y lo citan en una cantina, like.
But yeah, dude, if you default in the payments like 15 years from now, you're not gonna get 100% of the money back, but you will get some money back. You will get most of it back with at least with State Farm, the way they work with the return of premium, or like with whole life. What they do is they don't. It works a little bit different from the return of premium, but they call it cash surrender. So generally with the whole life policies, if you cash surrender the policy within like, I want to say like 25-30 years from now, you get most of the money back that you've put into the policy, if not some with the interest that you've actually gained on it. So it's pretty legit, dude. Like with stuff like that, you kind of pay what you get for. Obviously the higher premiums, you're gonna get a little more money back. Sure.
So you're saying I could open one for 20 years with interest, and if I survive those 20 years, I get like a bonus check for surviving because I get all the money back plus interest?
Sometimes, yeah, dude. If you want to do a cash surrender option with the interest that you've accumulated, you'll basically make money on the policy, and the only thing is that you're going to be taxed.
Why wouldn't you do I'm assuming the right term here is cash surrender policy. Like, why wouldn't you do that if you're doing 30 years out and you're, let's say, 20 years old? Like, the odds are against
you'll survive.
Like, ¿cómo es el pinche? That movie? What is it? What's the movie? Fucking it just came to my mind.
PG-13, por favor, ¿no?
No, man.
Hunger Games.
Oh,
dude.
Hunger Games.
Dude, that's
por ahí va, güey, por ahí va, dude, pinche.
Bueno, o sea, yo vi al Romero así, dije, ¿ahora qué está haciendo? Dije, no mames. Yo vi
Eso es lo que querías ver.
No,
Pero no.
I was confused, dude. That's why we're all laughing, dude. To be honest.
No, dude. Well, I mean, you can definitely do that. So basically, once you cash surrender the policy, that's like the kind of like the motor of the policy. So yeah, you're gonna get maybe 30,000-40,000 that you gain, but you're gonna give up basically the death benefit, which is
Okay.
probably gonna be for your family. So it's one or the other basically. But yeah, I mean, depending on your
que te gastes
situation.
el dinero en vida porque pues ya muerto no lo vas a disfrutar.
No, pues es la cosa que, pues, yeah, dude. Yeah, so I have one customer that he's had his policy in effect since like 1985, and when I saw it, I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. This guy's been like on time with his bills. He just had it for auto pay from his bank account for the last like 30 years. Y he called in and pues ya el señor tenía sus buenos 70K accumulated there. Because it's been accumulating interest. That's the other thing you have to consider. People let it sit there because they wanted to gain some interest, right?
Ves.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Beat the system, dude. Beat the system.
Yeah, loopholes. I got a question for you. Is there a policy where I'm able to enjoy the life insurance while I'm still alive if I end up having like a terminal illness? So say cancer. Is there any way that if I have a $300,000 policy where I'm able to provide proof that I got like cancer or something terminal, and I'm able to enjoy withdraw 20,000 off of that?
Yeah, dude. So with the whole, that would be a whole life policy. Yeah, in a situation like that. And I know State Farm does, depending on your situation, they do review it like on a case by case basis. But they do work with you for those situations. The nice thing with those policies is that like if you start out your policy right now that you're beautiful and young Johnny boy, they'll insure you right now. But 5 years from now, if you're if they diagnose you with cancer, they can't just say go back and say you don't qualify for this policy anymore. And the nice thing is that there's endorsements. There's like they call them riders that you can add onto your policy. They're called there's one that's called waiver premium, or there's another one that's called insurability option, like guaranteed insurability option. So basically, you can say I started my policy off at 50,000 in coverage, but 5-10 years from now, you want to add another 50 in coverage. Even if you get cancer or any kind of terminal illness, you paid for the guaranteed insurability option, so you can add more coverage for a situation like that.
Yeah.
Or like if it's like a waiver of premium for disability, if you come across with a disability, while that endorsement is in effect, basically you're waived from having to pay any more premiums for up until the age of 65. So it's pretty cool with situations like that. There's other situations that are a little bit a little bit darker, but like like suicide happens. Anything past 2 years, State Farm covers that too. If anything happens before the 2-year mark, they return the premium to the beneficiary. In a situation like that. But stuff like that happens, So yeah, definitely they kind of have everything covered in terms of that.
Of different scenarios. Because I remember back when I was still in Chicago, I was probably like 18, and I started learning a little bit about Primerica started offering stuff and whatever. And I think they had like something where
pyramid scheme, no?
The pyramid scheme. Yeah. they had something where it was if you committed suicide, it wasn't going to cover you. Like that was like one of the things. But I know this because it happens, right? Because it's an actual scenario, unfortunately. But I know they said it has to be kind of like a quote unquote natural or something like an accident, that happened. But it couldn't be something like where you inflicted death or whatever, and that wasn't going to cover you at all.
O en caso de que, because so hace mucho, like no hace mucho, there was a case of that one cop, right, or sheriff that committed suicide and got this big life policy, but then the insurance company they committed suicide, but they had blamed it on a case. I don't know if you guys remember any of that.
No.
No. But there was like a shooting. He didn't get shot, but he basically committed suicide, and it was a planned out thing between him and his wife
Damn.
to collect, the policy,
Insurance.
because they were pretty much in debt or whatnot, and
Damn.
unfortunately, like, it's a shitty situation all around, to the point Kip was like, that wasn't applicable to his policy or whatnot, so the
Yeah.
insurance actually had to fight the case and be like, no, like, this is what actually happened, therefore he can't qualify for this. So I know there's a lot of, like, different
yeah.
scenarios and policies and things that go into place, but ultimately I think what I'm taking away from this is the something that you, Jonathan, brought up, where it's like our communities are not that informed, right? And we
Yeah.
take it for granted, and I think this information, whether it's beneficial to anybody or not, like, it's information regardless, information that is not common amongst us.
Yep.
So, being able to
Definitely.
learn and more about it, like, yeah, like we pay for Netflix. Netflix keeps raising their prices no matter what, and
we're still there,
it's
no?
and it's on auto pay. And
Yeah.
I don't know how much I pay for Netflix.
Yeah.
I know that I don't have cable and I can't watch the MLS or any other soccer game. Pero también, like, I haven't stopped to think about, like, like, really thinking about, like, do I need, life insurance policy? And, like, if I'm sleeping 3 hours a day, then maybe I should.
That's crazy. Damn.
I was like,
And by 3 he means 8 hours, Alan.
Right? Remember, they ask you questions, Romero. You want the cheapest option too. You don't want to pay too much.
No, it is a tough conversation, especially with the older crowd. Because I've talked to a bunch of different customers and I get different responses. I get customers saying like they've never heard of it, or they think it's a scam, or but that's just because that's it's something newer, or it's something that we weren't educated on. I get customers saying saying, oh, like, I can't afford it, and that's the people that's the people that need it the most. Like, if you're barely living on a check to check, then imagine how your kids are going to be if you're not there. They're going to depend on somebody else's income. So it's hard. And it's like I said, sometimes it's awkward to talk about it. And there's some people that come into the office and it's hard to talk to them about it, because I know that they're kind of in a bad mood. But like, it's pretty cool. Like, at the office, we kind of hold each other accountable to make sure that we discuss it with everyone, because we get a bunch of different situations, and a lot of people will say, like, maybe no at first, or they'll say not now, but they'll come back later. And we've spoken with other agents from other offices, and they've had scenarios where they're like, it's like a mom with 3 kids, and they said no for so long, but they kept, like, insisting. And then when they do get it, shit happens. Like, a couple weeks from then, claims come up. And the nice thing is that I've seen it for myself, where they're like, here's a check, do you want us to send, like, with a portion of it to the funeral and the rest to you? Like, so it's really cool to, it's a shitty situation, but the last thing you want to deal with is, like, a financial hardship on your family when all that shit's going on. That's the last thing you want to worry about, right? So it's pretty cool to see that at least we can help out with that.
Sure. I definitely,
and no one bats an eye at car insurance, right? Because they fucking make you get it.
Yeah, because they force you to get it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a law.
Yeah.
Is it a law over there in Illinois to have insurance?
Yeah, it's
because there's certain states that I guess they don't have it as a law.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's. I think there's certain states that they don't. They have they're like a little more loose with the terminology. Yeah.
Aquí no. Aquí you need it, or si no.
At least liability, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that's something we discuss, actually, because like Johnny said, like the law requires it here, and because obviously that's the cars, the banks and the finance companies that are selling the cars, they're the ones that are benefiting from a car when it's a total loss, because their loan's paid off, they don't care about it. Same thing for your houses, but like you said, no one's gonna come knock on your door and say, hey, you need to insure yourself, because that's only going to benefit your family. That's only going to benefit you guys, no one else. So yeah, definitely it's something that comes up.
I don't know, but I learned that I when buying a car, I was like, why do I need extra charges, right? When they brought up gap insurance, right? And Carla's really by the book, and she's like, no, we need this, or I'm like, para qué? But whatever, we got it because she said so, and what she says goes.
Pero once I had accident, that's how it goes. That's how it goes here, you know? Like, did I tell you that my Funkos and my masks are in boxes because she said so? Like, that was the bottom line, you know?
She's the one carrying the belt, no, dude. You disobey, she fucking stuns you, you know? Pinche Romero. Sí, dude.
Dude, pero like, cuando me chocaron el carro and it was a fucking total loss, like, I was like, thank God we had that shit. That's when I learned what gap insurance was, right? And I'm like, oh, well, shit, like, we would have been like maybe 10K in the hole without a car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the deal? Like, you know, like, we learn and know more about like car insurance because it's mandatory and kind of like you're forced into it in a way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Que these other type of insurance, right? Like, you know, I joked about it or not, but I know we've talked about it a little bit. De que, pues, all of my collectibles are not insured, but I've talked to other people that do have collectibles and it's part of their policy.
Yeah, dude. There's people that have that.
So I could add all this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So like your homeowners policies or your like renters policies, they'll cover your personal items to a certain limit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have like stuff that's more specific, there's something called a personal articles policy.
Y eso que ya Miguel va a tener esas jerseys que cuestan mucho dinero.
Oh,
Dude. So
they're highly flammable.
especially that Bogan jersey, dude. That
especially in dry environment, though.
dude.
We have a customer that has like a bunch of like Michael Jordan memorabilia.
¿Dónde vive?
But I can't disclose that. You know what chapter, you know. Pero yeah, so if you have like, you know, high value collectibles or like even jewelry or you know, like now they insure like the drone specifically, you know, and they're pretty reasonable. Like if you have like a drone, like a nice drone that, you know, that'll probably cover you for, you know, but I want to say I think I did one for like $60-$80 for the whole year, so it's pretty cool, and the deductible is usually pretty low. Yeah,
I might have to look into that, dude. There's some things here that
They're valuable.
yeah, dude. Some signed things, dude.
Shit.
signed by Rome, no.
Dude, I will say, I mean, just to add on a little bit to the car insurance part. When I moved out to California, my first job was in selling auto insurance. So I knew a little bit about it, and that's how I actually met my wife, right? But one of the things that I don't know if it's the same terminology out there with you guys, pero it's called uninsured motorist.
Oh, that's huge.
So that thing's really huge, and if you guys don't know about it,
It's for the passenger?
No. So
no,
what
it's whoever drives the car that's not the person that's insured. See, no?
Yeah, along the line. So if I get in an accident with you and say it's your fault, technically your insurance is supposed to cover me, right? Or the damages to the vehicle. And in this case, if you don't have insurance, if you do not have auto insurance, pues valió madre. Like no, I have nothing to cover it. So if you have uninsured motorists, it's pretty much saying that, okay, we got into an accident, you don't have insurance, but my policy under me has that kind of like that extra coverage called uninsured motorists, and it'll cover you to a certain amount. I know here in California is up to like 3,500, which is not a lot, but then again, we go back to the basics, right? Where, or you originally don't have any insurance, you were not going to pay me anything, or nothing's going to happen. At least I got 3,500 to cover for any damages done to.
Y del down payment para otro carro, ¿no?
También.
Yeah, so here in Illinois, that's actually you have to have it by law.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with your liability, and here the minimum that you can have, it's 20,000 that you can have. I think with State Farm we start at 25,000. So like Johnny Boy said, he hit it right on the head. Like, you know, if you get rear-ended by somebody that doesn't have insurance, and you know, if you get hurt in that accident, you know, who's going to cover those medical bills if they don't have insurance? Well, your policy is going to
an injury.
Yeah. So I was in a situation with that a couple years ago. This younger girl, she ran a red light. Car wasn't registered her name. She had no insurance. She had no license, and it was a crappy situation. Like she me agarró de lleno del lado, like my driver's side, and it was really bad, dude. Like what's that?
T-boned?
Yeah, I got T-boned. Yeah, I got T-boned on my driver's side, and my whole shoulder, like, it was really bad. Like, I had to go to therapy for, like, I want to say like 3 months. They did like MRIs on my shoulder. Like, it was bad. I've never been hurt that bad in an accident before.
Sure.
And thankfully, I had that the dash cam, showed that she ran the red light, and sure enough, State Farm came through, dude. Like, they paid out the medical expenses, dude. No, yeah, it's not cheap as hell, but yeah, I can show you guys the bills, and it's no joke, dude. Those bills rack up. Like, the just an MRI bill. Mika can probably attest to this. Like, about
I know how. Yeah, they're
That's just
expensive.
expensive, dude.
yeah,
Sure.
dude. So definitely that uninsured motorist it's huge with
Claim
stuff.
abuelita entonces.
Might as well, dude. Yeah, out here it's not a law thing. Like, you don't have to have it, but that was a sales tactic. Add it on and explain to them what it is, and obviously we'll get more commission off of that. Pero obviously at the end of the day también pues sí, if funciona y pues se recomienda, because not even though it's the law, not a lot of people still have insurance.
Yeah.
Hold on really quickly, the tank log off, or he's still here, or ya no lo escuchado, dude? Ni una nalgadita ni nada has echado,
dude. He went to feed his cat, dude.
Tanque, repórtate, güey, es una pregunta, no sé si tengas preguntas.
I went to go walk my goldfish, dude.
¿Alguna preguntita, Tanque, que necesites?
No, aquí nada más estoy educándome, dude. Like,
It's right.
Taking notes, dude.
I'm asking questions after the class, Tank, dude. No.
Fuck, no.
Sí, güey. Oh, dude, yeah. One of the things that me and my wife have been talking about is life insurance, and one of the things that kind of attracted us to the company that we're kind of looking into, or that she kind of brought up, was the in-life benefits, where again, if for whatever reason that's why I asked you too, we're diagnosed with like a terminal illness, cancer, just for example, where we're able to say cash in or take out a certain percentage of the policy, the amount, and then use it kind of, I guess, freely while I'm still alive. Obviously I'm gonna die because I have a terminal illness, but yeah, dude. No, I think I've been trying for many years to try to get my auto policy with State Farm, but their prices for me are high, dude, compared to the company that I'm with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
no, that's understandable.
It's a good company. No, it's a good company, definitely.
No, dude, like, and that's the thing that with like when it comes to like life insurance, I tell people, like, I don't care if you do it like with me. I've told my siblings, like, but get it somewhere, dude. Get it somewhere that's reputable, because it does come in handy, down the line. But like some of the bigger companies, I would definitely, like, Northwestern's good, State Farm is good, New York Life is good. Those are reputable. And the nice thing is that like most of these companies will do like a life analysis to tell you kind of what you would need if depending on what you want to set up. If something was to pass away, how much would you need to have in place to have your family covered, for the next year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever you want it to be. They have some kind of like a life analysis that can help you kind of get that down to a pretty fixed number. So it doesn't have to be just one policy. You could have like a mix of a whole life and a term policy to cover, for 500,000, let's say, But yeah, definitely, look into something. It doesn't matter if it's State Farm. Definitely have something in place.
I definitely agree, muchachos. I think pues de tarea, muchachos. At least try to get a quote. I mean, I'm not saying to get the policy, but at least try to get a quote, maybe even if it's not with Alan.
Yeah, budget for it, guys.
You can always contact Alan.
Alan, you want to share some of that contact info really quick with everybody? I know we've been putting it on, but
so the agency that I'm currently working for is Diana Morado State Farm Agency, and the nice thing is that we have email, everything's internet based. So if anybody wants to call for like a quote or just ask general questions, just to see how things work in terms of like, it doesn't matter if it's life, auto, home. You guys got a claims question, you can reach out to us. Our phone number is 773-202-0004. You could also email me at Alan, so ALAN, at dianamorado.com. That's Diana, DIANA, and then Morado, like purple in Spanish.com.
Nice. Hell yeah.
With that being said, pues ya saben que ya no tenemos un soundboard, pero
It's that time, no?
it's that time. I don't know how loud that is. I don't know how.
It's just fucking loud, dude.
It's a little loud.
But it's okay, dude.
Perdonen, pero technical difficulties. We're making it up.
I
All
like
right, is time for taking a shot at last questions or riddles.
Sí, porque those hard
Gotta add
riddles.
No mames.
So in the wheel we have obviously the usual suspects: Romero, Miguel, Tank, Johnny Boy. We added Alan on here. So he's gonna get to answer.
I see Johnny Boy's only on there once, dude. I mean,
I think that's fair, dude.
No,
I thought part of the
Isn't
part
that
of
what
the
we're supposed to?
contract. Part of the contract was for Johnny Boy to be on there twice, too.
I don't know what contract you signed.
Muchachos, dejen a Johnny Boy alone, please.
Oh, that's my boy right there. Dude.
Phil Mill.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Pa su madre.
Es que-
This is rigged, bro.
I told you, dude. Did I tell you? I've been telling you, dude. This fucking. It's Cody wrong, dude.
It's called wrong.
Dale, Romero.
Well, I was gonna give him the option to see one a riddle,
Oh.
to see one a question.
What you want, dude?
Dude,
I got those hard ass riddles, dude. Harvard riddles.
Harvard riddles, boy.
I also have questions that are kind of like riddles. So.
O quieres una y una, dude. I mean, come on. I think it's fair.
All right,
right?
I'll do 1 and 1. 1 and 1.
Dale, Romero. Tú primero.
Va. Así sin ver. ¿Qué se moja mientras se seca? ¿Se frizó o está pensando? Oh, está pensando.
Espérame tantito. Damn, that's a tough one. I know Miguel's good with this. Can I
Phone in a friend?
use a lifeline to call Miguel?
Amiga's already searching it, but yeah, go ahead.
Dude,
Yeah,
my keyboard's over here.
My keyboard's over here, but my phone is right here. No? Dale,
¿Qué
pues.
se moja mientras se seca?
Toalla.
Yeah, I was gonna say the towel, no?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, shit.
That is correct.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Por fin le entiendo.
This is once in a
Te
lifetime.
graduaste, güey, ¿no?
Yes.
Ahí te va, Alan.
Va.
I know why, también. So, what can cut like a knife, sting like a bee, bite like a lion, carry truth and lies, but never move or speak? What are we? I'll repeat again because I know it was a little long.
Yeah,
What can cut like a knife, sting
Oh,
like
we
a
heard
bee?
this one.
Vale, madre este güey.
Oh no, we heard it, but you say a lot of them, but never give us the answer. So
That's not a lie, dude. Because if I moved on, it's because I didn't understand it. But ahí te va. What can cut like a knife, sting like a bee, bite like a lion, carry truth and lies, but never move or speak? What are we?
Heartbreak.
Okay. That's not the answer, but I could understand. Tanque,
My
I know.
feelings a little bit, Johnny Boy.
Tanque, I know you. I feel like you want to answer it. Dude. You want to?
No, dude, like, I actually don't.
No, dude?
No, that's a whole ass paragraph right there, dude. Like,
All right, it's words. Las palabras.
words.
words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you see
Where's-
them?
Where's
Listen, that-
cut like a knife?
Hey,
Sí, pues, o sea,
send
te
me
ponen
that
las-
so I can send it to Blanca, ¿no?
I got you.
To tell her how much her words hurt, no?
Sí.
Wow. Here we go.
Eso.
Eh,
Miguel,
what?
surprisingly, Miguel was ready with the question or riddle. Dale, Miguel.
What tastes better than it smells?
What tastes better than it smells?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Ahorita va a ser con, ay, muchas cosas, ¿no?
no, mames.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Trying to keep it PG-13 here. Y thinking
Yeah,
of
it's a
some food.
PG-13 answer. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay, I guess I don't have the answer. No, like,
Glad you removed the State Farm logo for this segment. No?
He even had to duck down, dude. No le damos la shirt, güey.
Ay, no sé. Flor de calabaza, dude.
Tu lengua, dude.
Ay,
Damn.
dijimos que era PG-13.
Sí.
No, yeah, think about it. Tu lengua, what tastes better than it smells? Your tongue can't smell, but it could taste.
Sounds a little dirty,
Balls.
Miguel.
Sí, está un poquito.
That wasn't a little inappropriate, dude.
Esa no era una real
How is that
intención.
inappropriate, dude?
I don't know, dude.
And you went to
I'm sorry.
Bogan.
Tu mentalidad
Damn.
is inappropriate.
He said you went to Bogan, dude.
You went to Bogan, dude.
Oh, shit. That's right. Oh, por eso no me acordaba, ¿no? Dale.
A ver, Jonathan,
¿Quién?
pues.
Aquí viene. No, espérate.
Yeah,
yo no
dude. I mean, eventually I'm going to get one. Ya ves como...
No, but I thought
Mira.
you were going to give one to Rome.
Ahí está. Johnny Boy.
Nunca falla, ¿eh? Johnny Boy.
Dude, I always fucking...
Yeah.
This is fucking rigged for sure. I
You
swear.
were the third one, dude.
What do you mean? Dale, pues, Romero or Alan. I know Alan's ready with questions.
Oh, do you have a question? I just realized that I also wrote questions, but I never wrote down the answers.
no.
I got a question for Johnny Boy, dude.
Échale.
So, si el cielo es azul, who is your favorite niece, no?
Ah, su madre. No seas mamón. Luckily, Michelle's only in here on the live episodes.
I got a question for Johnny Boy.
Échale, güey, échale.
Uh,
It better be a Doñita question, otherwise I'm not going to answer.
it's more of a personal question.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. Dale.
How bad do you think the Packers are going to suck this year, dude?
there is an answer to this question.
There is.
As much as those chanclitas, no?
Let me tell
I
you
love
something.
those chanclitas, dude.
No, the Packers are going to go all the way to the playoffs. They will not win the Super Bowl, but they'll probably be a game away from going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's how good they're going to be this season.
NFC champions?
Oh, 100%, dude. That's not even a question. Sorry.
Okay,
that's not a question.
so the answer was wrong. So, a ver.
No, you know what? And,
No
and
tienes
even
una
then,
pregunta tú, Romero,
dude,
porque
and even then, the Vikings are going to do better than the Bears this season.
Ah, dude.
I
think
that's going to
Joseph's gonna
suck.
have a good comeback, dude.
Dude, I'm just saying. That's going to suck for you guys, but it is what it is.
That's
Not even the playoffs. I'm sure you. I don't even think you guys will make the playoffs.
I don't think that was a question, dude.
That is a question.
technically you still didn't even answer mine, right? But esta sí, you continue, ¿no?
Bueno, ya, muchachos, ya me dieron dos. I answered one. Dale, Romero. Keep spinning the wheel.
Espérate, te voy a preguntar una yo.
That's 3 fucking questions, dude.
Pero es que el penalty por no contestar una es otra pregunta.
Dale,
Yeah,
pues.
we're talking shit about the Bears, too.
Not talking shit.
He said, Tank, that's the last question for you, ¿no?
Miguel.
Bien.
Ahora se le cayó el teléfono.
A su madre.
Y era la última, ¿no?
Dale, Miguel. Dale, Romero.
Okay. What number, when spelled out, is in alphabetical order?
What number, when spelled out, is in alphabetical order? Damn. I feel like I've heard this before, but I don't remember the answer.
But let me look it up.
No, dude, once again, the keyboard's over here.
Thing because Miguel's on his phone. Dude.
Dude, my phone's over here.
Pues ahí estaba tu mirada, dude, no me mientas.
No, el teléfono está hasta allá, güey.
You know this one.
when
You know this one.
See, I've heard it before, dude, and it's gonna pain me porque no, I will not know the answer.
You can phone a special guest. I mean, a friend.
A ver, let's see, a ver, ¿cuál de todos se ve que se la sabe? Okay, Alan, porque pues Tech looks very confused.
No, like I heard, I think on TikTok, but I don't remember.
I never
answer.
checked I never checked the
Qué
question.
bueno que no les compartí ese TikTok.
I heard on TikTok. I just never cared to look in the comments for the answer.
There was a guy who said 2. So
yeah,
that
there was a
shit
guy
was
that said 2,
trippy. Right.
and it was like, what the hell?
Dale, Alan.
Damn, that's tough, dude.
Hey, he
I
phoned you
wish
in,
you would
dude.
have
So it's
asked
up
me
to
the
you.
one from last week with the what was it? With the number 8 or something or 7.
That's it.
Shit.
So repeat the question one more time, Roberto.
Is it 40?
One number when spelled out is in alphabetical order.
So it's not 40, right?
No. I mean, you go from F to O. I mean, just saying. Oh, wait. 40. No, porque there's a U in there.
Forty. Oh shit.
Oh, there's a U in there. Right?
No, there's not. There's no U.
Damn.
Or
We should have asked him how do you
What?
spell 40. That should have been his question.
There is a U. You're right.
Technically, he's right, dude. It's spelled Forty. So
Yeah.
Miguel's right on that one, Rome.
That's true. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
he found the loophole porque I think part of my question era del 1 al 10, pero yeah. I mean, 40 is right, but the answer that I was looking for was 8.
Oh shit! I got it right by accident. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, y sí, güey.
Yep.
Damn.
EIGH. Oh yeah, dude.
No se olvida que también el Romero fue a la Bogan, ¿no? Forty, ¿no?
Es que 4T. No.
40.
No, mames.
For those people listening, please don't.
Damn, boy, we
Don't
look
think
dumb
with
as
this,
hell,
no.
boy.
Like, no, they can't even spell 40, no?
Jonathan,
sure it's
are you
coming
gonna
out,
ask
eh?
him a question or?
Nah,
A
dale,
ver.
síguele. Keep it moving, dude.
Sabía,
Dude, you know I got the riddles ready. Dude.
No mames,
I got
ya
you. A
pa'
ver,
qué.
Miguel, I got you.
A ver,
Riddle,
A
espérate.
ver.
Antes de tanque. Eso ya lo había dicho, ¿eh? Ya lo había dicho. So,
Who's gonna get it?
no,
Tank.
Miguel. Miguel's gonna get it. Porque ya lo había dicho. I already said the answer to Miguel and not Miguel, Tank and Romero. What do you call a chihuahua in the summer?
What do you call what?
A chihuahua in the summer.
Damn.
This is Harvard shit, dude. This is
A
like
chihuahua?
This is straight from the fucking like top universities, dude. Like,
Pues yo no sé, quesadilla, dude. I don't know.
hot dog, dude. Qué pendejo, una quesadilla, güey.
Quesadillas.
No
Pues que
mames.
queso chihuahua, dude. I was like, por eso me fui con
Oh,
eso.
no. That's pretty. Fucking loopholes, no, güey.
Pinches lupos.
Va, tanque.
Fuck.
Are you ready?
Pues not really, but yeah, dude.
Get it, tanky boy.
¿Por qué la palabra Madrid empieza con la letra M y termina con la letra T?
I seen it.
Cállate, Miguel.
También.
Este suena como albureo, bro.
No, dude,
Sí, güey.
en este TikTok fue con se le preguntaron a los del América, ¿no? A like
I don't know what that has to do.
Yo
with
sé que
anything.
you're an America follower and you're very actively looking a ver qué responden.
No. Es que like I saw one where they asked them in the locker room la pregunta and they were trying to figure that out too.
All right, so what was the question again? ¿Por qué?
¿Por qué la palabra Madrid empieza con la letra M y termina con la letra T?
Madrid?
Yes.
Sí.
Like Madrid, like Real Madrid?
Sí, dude, como la ciudad.
Because I was going to say that doesn't end with a T, though.
Este güey también fue a la boga, ¿verdad?
Ahorita would be the perfect time to have that soundboard, ¿no?
A ver, pregúntalo otra vez, güey. Because
¿Por qué la palabra Madrid empieza con letra M y termina con la letra T?
I don't know, dude. ¿Por qué, güey?
Porque Madrid empieza con la letra M y la palabra termina con la...
Oh, okay, I get it now.
¡Pinche pendejo, idiota!
¡Ya, güey!
Technically, I got it right because Madrid does not end with a T, dude. Like,
Technically, yes, dude. Technically, that's true. Ya,
Oh.
Pinche vato,
Nah.
que nada.
pues a ver, échate también una Johnny Boy.
Oh, shit, okay.
Ooh.
Pero de las
Ahí te va.
fáciles.
Where does Friday come before Thursday?
Where does Friday come before Thursday?
Yes.
Güey, tanque, no des mamón.
Where does Friday come before Thursday?
Yes.
O sea, el calendario al revés, ¿no, güey?
In the dictionary, dude.
Harvard.
Harvard.
That's Harvard level right there, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Like if you want to get into Harvard, dude, that's one of the questions, dude. I'm just saying, dude. Bueno, muchachos, I know we had a good episode. I know obviously we thank Alan for being around it, but why are we really here though? Anybody know?
It's my favorite part of the show.
Déjame. Espérate, güey, que no sé qué me consigue. Bajarse, agarre.
Honestly, that's why I'm here, dude. Palabras de thank.
No renuncies a tu sueño. Sigue durmiendo.
¡Paz! ¡Madre!
Pensaba que iba a ser some inspirational shit. No, güey.
Hit that snooze, no?
Sí, güey.
Damn, Tank.
Oh shit.
Preparado como siempre, dude.
Sí, güey.
Preparado.
We can't top it off with anything else, and we don't have a soundboard, so
Sí, güey.
ya con eso está.
Tanque saca la guitarra y empieza a tocar la outro, dude.
Salgo,
Por
dude.
favor,
Oh.
Tanque.
That's what I'm here for, dude.
Va, muchachos. Let's do it.
Yep, that's it. That's a wrap. Alan, thank you for joining us. For everybody else, make sure you review, subscribe. If you listen to this on Apple Podcast, leave a review. It's not so hard.
Right?
If you watch this on YouTube, give us a like, make a
poquito de
comment.
todo, ¿no?
You can always submit a question for Tank, or
What the fuck for me?
A riddle for Jonathan, no?
or
What the answer?
so we can work it out
Preferably.
together.
From
It'll be a
instructions,
team
no?
project. But yeah, you can find all of our episodes, everything that's related to our show, Miguel's Spotify playlist, everything is at todostomanpodcast.com. And on that note, muchachos, salud.
Salud.
Vámonos.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cling, 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 cling.
Clink.
Clink, clink, clink.